Hi, good day. My name is Estella Uy, a teacher 3 and currently teaching here in the Philippines for over 5 years now. I graduated with a degree of Bachelor of Elementary Education and currently live in the Philippines. During my 5 years as an elementary teacher, I have handled all core subjects while dedicating my free time to reading and enhancing my professional growth. Beyond teaching, I have served as a Supreme Pupils Government Advisor where I guide and mentor student leaders, equipping them with skills to manage their peers and, of course, to take on active roles in our school and in our community. Additionally, I am a reading coordinator and I assess pupils' reading capabilities, validate results to determine their levels, and of course submit quarterly reports to our principal. These roles have allowed me to support the academic and leadership development of my students effectively. Last school year, I had the privilege of teaching one learner with special learning education needs, of course, by providing meaningful activities and ensuring that he felt included in the classroom. I created a supportive environment where he thrived alongside with his peers and or his classmates. These experiences have sharpened my ability to foster inclusivity and, of course, student engagement while addressing the diverse needs of my class. I am deeply committed to nurturing student success, like developing future leaders, and of course, ensuring that every child feels valued and capable of reaching their full potential. For interview question number one, tell us about your teaching philosophy. Of course, my teaching philosophy is rooted in the belief that children learn best when they are genuinely engaged in the learning process. I've seen firsthand how students thrive when they're not just listening passively, but of course, actively participating in their learning. That's why I love incorporating hands on and experiential activities into my lessons because they make abstract concepts to feel real, relatable, and of course, very exciting. Whether it's through interactive projects, group discussions, or solving real world problems. I always aim to create a learning environment where students feel, of course, encouraged to explore, ask questions, and of course, make discoveries of their own. I want them to feel that what they're learning has a purpose and, of course, connection to the world, of course, around them. And of course, this approach does not more than just improve understanding. It also builds curiosity, confidence, and of course, genuine love for learning. I've found that when students are engaged in meaningful ways, they're more likely to retain information. They can be able to think critically and, of course, apply what they've learned beyond the classroom. For me, teaching isn't just about covering the content, all the subjects, all the topics, but of course, it's all about helping students grow into thoughtful, capable individuals who are prepared for life, not just like for quizzes, oral recitations, or tests. For interview question number two, what are the key components of a good lesson plan? Of course, a well-structured lesson plan is essential for effective teaching and, of course, learning. It begins with clear, specific, and measurable objectives that outline what students should know or be able to do or to learn by the end of the lesson. Next, materials and resources are listed ahead of time to ensure that all tools needed for instruction or needed for our lesson, needed for the student engagement are readily available. The lesson typically starts with engaging introduction, catching student attention, or warm-up activity design to capture the students' attention and, of course, to activate the prior knowledge of the students, helping them to connect new concepts to what they already know. So the core of the lesson, of course, involves direct instruction where the teacher presents new content into a clear and organized manner, often incorporating with the use of visual aids, PowerPoint presentation, real-life examples, or interactive discussion to support the diverse learning styles of the pupils. This is followed by, of course, guided practice, allowing students to work through problems or activities with, of course, the support of the teacher, reinforcing understanding and building, of course, the confidence of the learners. Independent practice then gives students the opportunity to apply what they have learned on the lessons or the content being discussed, like solidifying their grasp of the content. Then, assessment is an important component of every lesson. This is used to evaluate whether learning objectives have been met. So this can take in the form of informal, like informal checks such as oral recitation, questioning, and observation, or in a formal way like quizzes or written works. The lesson concludes with a closure activity that helps students reflect on what they've learned and prepares for the upcoming lesson or topic. Lastly, an effective lesson planning includes differentiation of strategies to accommodate varying student needs, ensuring that all learners, regardless of the ability level, can access and engage with material successfully. For question number three, tell us about an experience where you had made difference in students' life. One of the most meaningful experiences I've had as a teacher involved a pupil or handling a pupil with learners' special education needs. At the beginning of the school year, I noticed that these students struggled significantly with reading, comprehension, listening, and writing. He was also highly bodily kinesthetic, often needing to transfer seats every 30 minutes or so just to stay comfortable and focused. The first few weeks were particularly challenging. Of course, I don't have any trainings regarding how to handle as a learner with special needs. So he had a difficulty in engaging in the class activities, and it was clear that the traditional teaching methods weren't working for him. So instead of feeling discouraged, I took it as a personal mission to understand his unique learning style. I observed his behavior closely, made adjustments to my instructional approach, and incorporated more movement-based and hands-on activities to support his needs, of course. More importantly, I made sure to provide constant encouragement and created a safe, supportive classroom environment where he felt seen and valued. I showed him through my action and words that I truly wanted him to learn and succeed. So by the second quarter, I began to see remarkable changes. He became more participative in class and he started to show genuine eagerness to learn. His confidence grows steadily. So by the third and fourth quarter, he was blending in with his classmates, joining the group activities, and even initiating conversations. He no longer felt isolated. He felt a sense of belongingness. One of the most heartwarming moments when he told me he felt at home in our classroom, which he now saw as a safe place or a safe space. And me as a mother figure guiding him every step of the way, the experience reminded me why I teach. That is because not just to deliver content, but to make a real, lasting impact in the lives of my students. That's all, and thank you very much.